Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm an occupational therapist. I work in a large hospital in New Zealand. An occupational therapist works in lots of different areas. Our main role is helping people get back to what they were doing before they became unwell or injured, or helping people with long-term illnesses reach goals that they'd like to do to maintain good quality of life. There are a few myths about what occupational therapists actually do day to day. People think that because of the word occupation, we just help people just get back to work. That is one of the things that we do, but that can hold a huge variety of things. Things like getting back to driving, getting back to cooking, learning to write again, having a look at someone's vision, lots of different things that may impact on someone's ability to do a certain task that they value. So today we are going to work with a patient that has had a car crash, and as a result of that they have now got a brain injury. What we need to do is have a look at how their cognition is impacting on their ability to get out and about and do the things that they'd normally do at home. So I'm based working on the neurology ward, which holds patients that have had a stroke or brain surgery. On a normal day, I will come in and I will check my patient lists and prioritise them, go to board meetings with lots of different staff that are working with my patients, and assess and treat whatever symptom or difficulty they're having to help get them back home or to wherever they came from before they came to hospital. Initially, I was a little bit lost with what I wanted to do, and then someone told me about this job that gives you a huge variety of different areas that you can work, like I said before, not just being based in one setting, but also working with a huge variety of ages, health conditions, and being able to be really creative with your job every day. It also, one of the big things for me was being able to use my job outside of New Zealand, and it's been awesome for being able to travel. What do I love most about my job? Just like I said before, the huge variety that I see day to day. Working with lots of different team members, doctors, physios, social workers, speech language therapists, so you're always learning from other people, as well as learning about all the different health conditions that people may have. Another thing that I really like is being able to be quite creative with what I do day to day, helping people to reach their goals. It's not always the same thing with every patient. It's also really awesome that our skills are quite transferable, so we can work in lots of different settings and be able to kind of pick up and run with skills that we've learnt in a previous job. Some of the downsides or the challenges with OT that I find are people's understanding of what we do. I think all OTs find that the awareness of occupational therapy and the breadth of our skills is kind of lacking, so getting patients on board with engaging in our services, and also kind of onwards referrals and things getting accepted can sometimes be a bit of a challenge, but that's okay, it adds to our variety in our job. And then in terms of working in healthcare in general, just having a lack of resources. We are always trying to do different things, but because of the lack of funding and the lack of resourcing for patients, sometimes that can be quite challenging. So to become an OT, you have to have a bachelor's degree in occupational therapy. There's 3 places you can study that in New Zealand, one being AUT in Auckland, down in Dunedin, Otago Polytechnic, and they also run a course in Hamilton. To get into the course, you have to have UE, University Entrance. Ideally, at high school, you would have studied things like biology, English, and things that relate to health. So the course involves 3 years of study, focuses on models of practice, teaches you basics like manual handling, uses of equipment, basics around human anatomy and physiology, assessments and interventions that we can use as therapists, different roles in different settings. They're also really awesome at teaching you skills around applying for jobs and getting your CVs done. To find a job in New Zealand, I found as a new grad, it was a little bit more challenging, but most people had a job within 3 months of graduating. You have to be a little bit more flexible around location, but if you are, you shouldn't struggle to find a job. Once you have a couple of years experience, it's so easy to get work in New Zealand, especially when you become specialised in a certain area, as experienced OTs are really sought after. My advice to someone that's considering being an OT would be to spend some time observing what an OT does in lots of different areas. What I found was that I saw a couple of settings that I didn't really like, but then I saw that there were so many other places that felt like I would really fit in and kind of fit with my values, and just kind of thinking about what you enjoy and what you value and how that job would sit with those